And here's number 20 from the Stoichiometry review problem set. This one, we are clearly kind of looking at excess versus limiting reagents in this acid-base neutralization reaction. What is tricky is that I've got mass and I have volumes of solutions with concentrations, so a little bit of calculations to get done here. So I'm going to go ahead and start thinking about what moles I have, because if I can use my 2-to-1 mole ratio here with mole numbers from my reactants, it's easier for me to figure out if I have an excess or whatever. So I'm going to start with 4 grams of solid sodium hydroxide. So I have 4 grams of NaOH. Because this is paper 1, I'm not going to worry too much about decimals because I don't have access to a calculator. I'm going to use the periodic table. Sodium is about 23 grams per mole. That's rounding, but it's okay. Oxygen is 16, and hydrogen, I'm going to round it to a 1. So 23 plus 16 plus 1, 1 plus 23 is 24. 24 and 16 is 40-ish grams per mole. Again, it's okay that we're rounding. 4 divided by 40, how nice is this? I can do this math in my head, which is good. It's paper 1, I don't have a calculator. 4 divided by 40 is 1/10. 1/10 of a mole, mole of sodium hydroxide. So I know that here I have 0.1 moles. Let's figure out what I've got here. So if I have 0.10 cubic decimeters of, remember that for us, of means multiply, of 1 moles, oh my gosh, moles per cubic decimeter, my dm to the positive 3, dm to the minus 3 cancel each other out. I'm left with just moles. 0.1 times 1, anything times 1, stays the same. I have 0.10 moles of H2SO4. 0.1 moles of sodium hydroxide, 0.1 moles of sulfuric acid. It might be exciting to pick this answer, but this would not be correct, my friends, because even though I have equal numbers of moles, I don't have an equal mole ratio. I don't have a 1-to-1 ratio. I have a 2-to-1 ratio. So I need twice as much sodium hydroxide as I have sulfuric acid. And I actually have equal amounts. For me to use up all 0.1 moles of sulfuric acid, I would need at least twice as much, 0.2 moles, of sodium hydroxide. I don't have that. So in my 2-to-1 ratio, if I have 0.1 moles and 0.1 moles, I'm going to run out of sodium hydroxide first. I'm going to have sulfuric acid left over. That's going to be my answer. We can check this one if you wanted just to make sure. If I have 0.10 moles of sodium hydroxide and I have a 2 sodium hydroxide to 1 sodium sulfate ratio, 0.1 times 1 divided by 2 is 0.05. That is not that. Hopefully that's a help. Let me know if you have more questions.